Welcome for this session. In this session, we are going to be designing a three-phase inverter using a sinusoidal pulse width modulation. The switch I am going to be used here is an IGBT switch. So let us start the designing work. So first, we will start an inverter design. Then we go for an pulse width modulation design. So straight away we can go for a library. So in this library, first we can pick an IGBT. So here the name of IGBT, lot of thing which is presented. So we will took an IGBT. Then we need an voltage source, that is DC voltage source. We will also pick the DC voltage source, add to an workspace. You can see here which is added here. Then the thing we need is load, RLC load. So that is, this is a three-phase. So for that we are going to be using three-phase RLC branch. So parallel RLC branch that I am taking here. To measure in each and every voltage, three-phase voltage, that we are going to be taken a three-phase VI measurement. Three-phase VI measurement. Otherwise we can search it here in the name of measurement. You can look at this three-phase VI measurement. It is right now here a three-phase VI measurement. Add it to your workspace. Let us do the connection for an inverter. So a DC source and an IGBT, and this is for a load section side. Okay, here first double click this IGBT and uncheck the measurement port and control this, rotate this IGBT in clockwise direction. Then flip this IGBT. To flip this IGBT, you can click on right click on this IGBT. You can go for a flip rotate option, or otherwise the shortcut is going to be Control I. The IGBT which is going to be flipped here, you can see here. So now you can design based upon your three-phase network. I am just copying this switch into to design a three-phase network. Okay. Similarly, I'm going to be copying these three switches for a bottom of your legs. Yes. So now you can directly connect it to your positive terminal of your supply to a collector of an IGBT. Then your negative terminal of your battery supply voltage will connect it to the emitter terminal of your IGBT, which is presented at that bottom. Then connected to emitter is direct connection which have been given. You can see here in this gate, in the previous session we have been done then normal inverter, converter, everything which have been done. To trigger each and every switch that we separately give a pulse generator, but here we are going to be given a signal from that PWM inverter. So that is, and from that pulse width modulation, from that model, output of that model which is going to be given as input of this switches. So that is, the triggering pulse will be get from that pulse width model. That output will be directly given to here without direct connections, that is without a direct wire connection. Just we are going to be given input to this particular parameters. So for that I am going to be use go to and from that parameters we can able to be connected here. Let I connect these parameters afterwards, then only we can able to be clearly understand about this. So now I am connect this load to the network. So this is an RLC load. So I'm just connecting an RLC load. So now I'm changing the load condition into an R load. Then on VI measurement, voltage measurement is enough. I'm going to be measure the voltage phase to ground voltage only. I no need to measure in current. Just I'm removing the current measurement. After that, I'm going to be connect this three-phase VI measurement, A to the first leg and B to your second leg, and C is going to be connected at the third leg. Then next, so this is going to be an VI measurements. You can see here this is phase to grounded. So that what we have to do, your load should be grounded. Okay, your load should be grounded. So that is important things. So for that, just you can go to the library and pick the ground. Okay, you can pick the ground. So here you can take an ground, which is directly you can connect this ground to the load. So now it is load which have been grounded. So this is an three-phase RLC branch, parallel RLC, that is we are connected only R branch here, and this is going to be in a DC source. Okay, DC voltage source. Then this is an IGBT switches. So just we are connecting an IGBTs. So this is an network of your three-phase model. Okay, so now, so this is the network of your three-phase inverter. So now I'm going to be designing an sinusoidal pulse width modulation. So in this workspace itself, we will design a sinusoidal pulse width modulation. For that, we need a sine wave and a sawtooth generator. So to get a sine wave, so you can search here sine wave. Okay, so like that you can search here, you can find here sine wave function. So instead of searching like this, I will give a small tips here. So you can double click in this workspace itself and you can search in this workspace itself directly. So just I'm double clicking in this workspace. You can see here the search option which is presented. So here itself I will search the components at the name point. That is, I need a sine wave. You can see here the sine wave which is presented. Yeah, it is directly connected to your workspace. It's a very simple manner. You can do like this also. So this is a three-phase. For that I need a three sine wave. So I'm just copying this three sine wave. For that is R phase, Y phase and B phase. So just I can give a name as an R sine wave. Okay, and then I can give a name also. This is an B sine wave. Okay, sorry, R phase, Y phase, and this is B phase, RYB. Okay, so RYB phase. And the next input that I needed is comparing each and everything. The carrier signal that I need is an sawtooth generator. I'm searching in this is sawtooth generator. Yes, it is presented. A sawtooth generator also is connected in this workspace. Okay, so this is the things which have been is going to be create an sinusoidal pulse width modulation. These are the sources. So R phase, Y phase and B phase. Let us give that parameter for an R phase. So double click the R phase parameters and go to that amplitude is 1 and the frequency is 2 into pi into 50. Okay, the frequency value is 2 into pi into 50 and the phase degree is 0 degree phase shift. And for Y phase, the same amplitude is 1, frequency value is 2 into pi into 50 and the phase degree is 120 degree phase shift here. So for that 120 degree phase shift, so 120 degree phase shift that I am going to be given here. For this 120 degree phase shift, the formula is presented here is 2 into pi divided by 3. Okay, so this is the formula for an 120-degree phase shift. And for B phase, so double click the B phase. So for a B phase, amplitude is 1, frequency value is the same frequency value, 2 into pi into 50. Okay, 2 into pi into 50, and the phase value is phase angle degree is minus 120 degree. You can give an a minus 120 degree or a plus 240 degree. Okay, any value that you can give an. So I'm going to give an a minus 120 degree. For this minus 120 degree, the formula is minus 2 into pi divided by 3. Okay, minus 2 into pi divided by 3. Suppose if you are going to give a plus 240 means just change the formula into 4 plus 4 into pi divided by 3. So this is the phase angle you have to change for a 240 degree. Okay, so I have given all the changes to that input of your sine wave. Now I am going to be compare this R phase and sawtooth generator, Y phase and sawtooth generator, B phase and sawtooth generator to give an correct output of your pulse generator. So now I am going to be add this two signal. For that I am going to be add a blocks. Okay, so add which have been presented here. You can see here add symbol which is presented here. So double click this add and change this value as plus minus. Okay, so apply it and copy this add 1 2 3. Okay, so this is an add. So all the positive terminal which should be connected to your sine wave. Okay, just remember that all the add blocks positive terminal should be connected to your sine wave. Just remember those things. All the positive should be connected to your sine waves, and then the negative terminal of your add block should be connected to your sawtooth generator. So this negative blocks your add is connected to the sawtooth generator. It's in a simple. Yes. Then now you can see here the R phase and the sawtooth generator which is going to be compared here. Then it is going to be given some error signal which should be given here. So for that comparison I'm going to be use that comparator blocks, that is COM comparator to 0. I'm going to be use that comparator to 0 blocks here, and you can see here defaultly the comparator blocks which is represented is less than or equal to 0. So changes into an greater than or equal to 0. Why you have to change this greater than or equal to 0 means if your carrier signal is going to be greater than your sine wave means that time the pulse will be 0. Okay, suppose if your carrier signal, that is your sawtooth signal, is less than your sine wave means that time the pulse is going to be an maximum. Okay, so that is the case we have been completed here. So the remaining things also I'm just copying it for a B phase and Y phase. Okay, so let it connect directly here. Fine, we have been connected here. So now this output will be in, definitely there will be a pulse will be generated. So this pulse is going to be directly given to the IGBT switches. To connect that pulse to an IGBT switch, here I'm going to be using simple blocks. So that is go to and from. This is the block that I'm going to be use here for that to connect an each and every pulse to an switches. So now I'm searching a go to. So this is a symbol of your go to. So this go to symbol which is going to be given for an IGBT switches. Okay, so I'm just connecting here. You can directly connect it like this. Yes. So now this all the three output, this three output which is going to be given to the top of your IGBT switches, that is at the top the three switches which is presented. So upper switch, three switches which will be given these three output pulse generators. So let us design a name as S1. Okay, and this is an S3. So this output should goes to S5, switch 5. Okay, yes, that have been created here. Similarly, what I do, remaining bottom of your IGBTs also is presented. The three IGBTs is presented. For that also I need to generate an pulse generator. For that I am going to be create an complementary signals which is going to be taken from here. So to take a complementary signal, I am going to be create an a new blocks which is here. So that is going to be called as an logical operator. So now I am finding a logical operator in a search. You can see here the logical operator blocks which is presented. Defaultly this logical operator which is in AND. So double click this logical operator and change into a NOT. Okay, you can see here this is a logical operator. So now we can connect this logical operator to a networks. So before that I am just copying it into an according to three switches. Just you can connect it here like this. Yes, it is connected. So similarly, the output of this NOT should be given to the bottom of your three switches. For that, the same go to options that I am going to be create here. So the go to signal I am going to be copying here. Okay. So now the switch parameters should be changed here. So double click in this tag. So change the switch name into a switch S4, and this output should be goes to an S6. Okay, S6, and this output should be goes to an S2. Is it clear? You can see here this is an S1, S3, S5. I will give a color option also, it will be very familiar. So I will give an yellow color. Okay, so that is an of this output which is going to be flows for an top of your switches. Just you can change into your favorite color. Okay, so these three output which is going to be given to these three switches. How it is going to be given? Now we are going to be creating a blocks that is going to be called as an from go. So here this block name is going to be called as an go to. So now here from, I'm searching here from. So this is the block name from. So I will change this color also in the same. Okay, I need to change into a different color. Background color yellow. Okay, so you can see here, so the combination of this yellow color. Similarly, I'm just copying it for the remaining switches. So just simply connect here to the gate pulse. Okay, fine. So now given a switch options. So this is an S1 and this is S3 and this is S5. Okay, switch 1, switch 3 and switch 5. Switch 1, switch 3, switch 5. So this is an output. So this output is directly given to the gate pulse of your first. And this output is directly given to the gate pulse of your third switch. And this output is directly given to the gate pulse of your fifth switch. Similarly, we need to create an from switch for an bottom of your inverters. So let us create here from. Okay, you can see here a from which is presented, directly connected. Yeah. So now we can give the name for here. So the switch name is going to be an S4. Okay, and this is going to be an S6, and this is going to be an S2. Is it right? 462. So you can see here 462. So all these three output which is going to be given for a bottom leg of your IGBT switches. So this is an entire setup. This setup is going to be an inverter setup, and this setup is going to be an pulse with sinusoidal pulse with modulation setup. So I will give an options. You can type in the name here itself. So this is going to be an three-phase inverter. So this is an three-phase inverter. We can change in any other colors based upon our requirement. Okay. Yeah. So this is a three-phase inverter, and this is going to be an pulse generator. PWM generator. I can give any color options based upon your preference. Okay, PWM generator. So this is the model for a PWM generator, and this is the model for a three-phase inverter. So we will give a connection, power guide. Okay. So this is an working principle. So let us start the simulation. Yes, the simulation which have been compiled here. So where we will see we never connected a scope. Yes. So first we will connect a scope here. What a pretty. Yeah. So first we will connect a scope here. So here this is a three-phase VI measurement. In this we are going to be measuring R phase, Y phase and B phase, so that a 3 port which is we needed. So in the setting a 3 input that we needed, I'm getting an low yet output. And then time, you can change this time axis also. Time axis label is going to be bottom display only. You can change to an all. So that time in all axis the time scale will be represented. So you can see here the time scale is going to be represented, and you know very well about how to change that background colors and all. So background screens and all, you know very well about how to change those things. So let will do later that. So before that, so here now I'm going to be using Dmux. Yes. So from the Dmux, I'm going to be given input from this VABC to the Dmux. So here a 3 parameters will be presented, R phase, Y phase, B phase, but here the output is only 2 output which is presented. So for our convenience, double click this. So number of output is 2. So change into an 3. So you can now we can see here. So we can measure a 3 output separately. Okay. We can able to be measure and 3 output separately. Okay, in the scope itself. Yeah, so this is an Dmux. Yeah, fine. So at the same time, we can also check here how this R phase, Y phase and B phase and sawtooth which have been generated, and we can also check the triggering pulse also. We will put an another scope here, so simultaneously we can also check all those things. So in this scope I am going to be measure 4 port. I need 4 port, layout is 4, time is all. Okay, then and I'm going to be connect this first port to an R phase and second port to an Y phase, third port to an B phase, and the last port to an sawtooth generator. So this is an sawtooth generator, which is, you can see here, it is connected sawtooth generator. Okay, then we will also measure the signal. Okay, fine, right now it is very clearly it is presented. Yeah, fine. So then we can also measure how the pulse which is going to be generated, how according to the basics of your, how it is comparing and how the pulse is also generated, that also we can able to see. So for that I am using another scope here. So here in the scope, the same 4 parameters that I am going to be measure here. So detailedly we can measure all those things by using the scope itself. And before that I am going to be use here a mux. Why I am using an mux means I am going to be compare here R phase and sawtooth generator. First I am going to be compare an R phase and sawtooth generator. R phase and sawtooth generator. So let's see in a detailed thing before the input and after the input. Before the input and after the input, how the signal is going to be converted. So let's see detailedly. So it is very useful for us. So R phase and sawtooth generator which have been connected here. Output of this mux is directly connected to the first port. Then in the second port, we are going to be see an output of your add. Output of your add. After adding the two signal, how the signal which is generated. Then in the third port we are going to be see here what is the pulse which is going to be given for an S1. That is the combination of your first leg. Okay, and then in the last port we are going to be see about what is the pulse range of your signal which is going to be given for a bottom of your IGBT switches. So like that we can able to be detailedly see each and every pulses. So let me see here. Let me run the simulation model. So first I will save the simulation model in the name of an 3-phase PWM inverter. 3-phase PWM inverter. Okay, the file is saving right now. I think it has been saved. Just run that simulation model. Yeah, it is. The simulation model was successfully run. You can see here in the scope, yes, we have been getting a sinusoidal wave output waveform in an inverter. You can see here we had gotten a sinusoidal output waveform in an inverter. This is an R phase and this is a Y phase and this is going to be a B phase. Okay, so R phase, Y phase and B phase. This is an output which we have been got from this inverter. First leg, second leg and third legs. R phase, Y phase and B phase. Okay, so let me check here the pulse width modulation. How the pulse which have been generated. Let me check detailed here. So this is an R phase, Y phase and B phase. This is a 120 degree phase shift, and this is a minus 120 degree phase shift, and this is a sawtooth signal that we'll see in this scope. So this is an R phase. You can see here detailedly. Yeah, R phase is a 0 degree phase shift, Y phase minus 120 degree phase shift, and a B phase, sorry, this is a plus 120 degree and this is a minus 120 degree phase shift. Okay, you can see here detailedly, and this is for an sawtooth generator. So this is a sawtooth generated waveform. We can see here the triangle pulse which is have been generated. So what is the operation done here means, in this AND, the first R phase and sawtooth generator which is going to be compared here. So whenever your carrier signal is going to be high when compared to your sine wave, that time the pulse output is going to be in 0. So whenever your carrier signal is less than your sine wave means, that time your pulse output is going to be an 1. So let me see here in this presentation, in this scope. Let me see in this scope. You can see here in the scope itself. Yeah, so this is the scope which is going to be get here. So in the first port we are going to be comparing the two signal. What are the two signal? R phase and sawtooth signal, which are going to be compared here. Let's see here. We can see here clearly, you can able to be see here. See, this is an R phase, okay, and the sawtooth wave. You can see here this is an R phase and this is a sawtooth wave, both the thing which is going to be presented in the port 1. So before adder, what is the output of your adder? So you can see here some triangle which have been generated according to your sine wave. Then what is the pulse which is going to be given to the upper port of your inverter? So this is the pulse which have been generated, which is going to be given to that upper part of your inverter switches, that is 1, 3 and 5. And this is the lower part of the switch inverter, we get can pulse generated, that is 4, 6 and 2. So this is an output which is created in this second part of your switches. You can see detailedly for a single cycle. You can see detailedly in a single cycle. Let us see here. This is a maximum period which is presented. So you can see in this maximum period, see here. So the carrier sine wave is less than when compared to your sinusoidal wave. So that time the pulse is going to be 1. And you can see here in this condition how it is 0. So let us check here. So you can see the carrier signal is greater than when compared to your sine wave. So at that time the pulse is going to be 0. So like that the pulse which have been generated. So these pulses is going to be given to that switches S1, S3, S5. And this pulse is going to be given to the S4, S6 and S2. Okay. So like that you can simulate in each and everything by using a 3-phase pulse width modulation inverter using an IGBT. Thank you.